over 40 miners were mowed down in Marikana. And of course, this month, every year, there is a song and dance about commemorating that particular event, a very, very painful event that saw a democratic government mow down workers who were only asking for 12,000 rand a month. One could even say it was none of the government's business, because this was a labor matter between the employers as well as their employees, who feel particularly exploited. It was a very terrible time that of our country that under a democratic state, that we had a situation like that, that was in fact a symptom of what was happening elsewhere in the economy. That people were being exploited by different industries, particularly the mining industry. When the members of the community, such as priests, I remember Bishop Josie Hawker was one of the people who, in fact, went there to intervene. He said at some point that he was shocked at the conditions under which the workers of Marikana lived. It was truly like it was still in the Stone Ages. The manner in which they were treated, the accommodation situation there, outside the pay that was pittance. Their counterparts in other mining countries, such as Australia and so on, are earning 4 or 5 times more on almost all categories of mining. And this thing raised a big issue about the mining industry and its transformation. Back in 2003, we're fighting against something called royalties. So mining companies were going to have to almost pay an additional tax that related to mining. So that's the first development that showed the resistance of mining industries. If you sat in a meeting of mining bosses in 2003, you would think that, hey, we're in 1970 here. The vile, the venom with which some of the CEOs were talking about the government and how clueless these people are, how do they think that we're going to manufacture this money from, it was like you are in 1970. Bad, and these CEOs who are now sitting under what is called the Minerals Council, it used to be at that point called the Chamber of Mines, were totally hostile to the idea of mining royalties. But slightly before then, when Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka was the Minister of Minerals and Energy, a mining charter that was suggesting that 50% of mining ownership must go to black people, leaked into the society, and it resulted in 50 billion rands of flight of capital out of this country. That's how pissed off the mining industry was about any suggestion that black people should own half of the mineral wealth of this country. And sometimes we forget. You can see the mining people going up and down, going to courts, trying to stop the mining charter. And I'll come to the mining charter now about the role of government in messing it all up. But the attitude of the mining barons in particular leaves much to be desired. That's why Lomin was not a surprise. Because I used to get things away with it. They said, oh, it's just one more round of just showing the middle finger to the black masses who dig up that gold, who dig up that diamond, who would risk their lives to dig up that platinum and diamonds. They were used to it. But Marikana was not a surprise. It's unfortunate that the likes of Cyril Ramaphosa, who sat on the board of Lonmin, let's just remember, was caught in the crossfire of something that was supposed to be, just another day in the mining industry. Just another strike that we are going to quash. In this case, with the help of the little help from our friends in the police. But it became a tragedy. It became a massacre that we should never, ever forget. But we should use its remembrance to put a spotlight once again on the mining industry. Not by colluding with that industry to oppress another, like we saw in Tabane, where the Minister of Minerals failed the community there, where the community had to go all the way to the Constitutional Court to stop government from colluding with the private sector about issues of mining, where government was supposed to be on the side of the oppressed. They failed them in broad daylight. I don't know how far that case is and what is happening next, but it's a shameful thing that a minister of mineral resources, and in this case, chairperson of the ANC in Ohal, had to be told by the Constitutional Court to stop his nonsense. It's sad. And then you had this corrupt minister of minerals called Musebenzi Zwane. After stealing there in the Free State, was promoted to go to parliament under very, very nefarious situation. Shameless, shameful things we are hearing there, the Zondo Commission. Promote, which is typical of South Africa. You mess up here, they promote you. Cape Town. Mineral charter. Nothing that is progressive, nothing that is radical, but just mindless stuff that has nothing to do with building this economy. No time for the guy. No time. Total liar, terrible leader. And then he used mining industry as his marbles. Mining. And thanks goodness, the rest of society would have none of it. And I'm glad that Gwede Mandeshe reversed that nonsense. And now we're on a path where we can talk properly about how we ensure that the mining industry changes. There's a place there called Minerals Council. It was used to be called the Chamber of Mines. We've invited them to talk to us. Hopefully they will one day. And come and tell me how changing their names from Chamber of Mines to Minerals Council changes any price of bread. What we want is change in the mining industry because it's at the heart of this economy. One of the big challenges that demonstrate poor transformation in that industry is lack of what you call beneficiation. And beneficiation is not complicated. It's just that in this country, at least for the last 25 years, all it has been is a slogan. Hey, but what politician is into a trance or beneficiation. They can write speeches and to spend, but there's nothing that's benefited here. What is beneficiated? The minerals are taken here, they are exported to different parts of the world. In those countries, they are beneficiated. They are turned into products, nice, chains and jewelry, and they are sold back to us with double the price. The joke is on us. These people must be laughing at us. We've got all of these minerals under our feet. We dig them at the risk of death itself, as we have seen in Marikana. We dig them out and we export them at a song, I dare say, at a song. And then those people turn them into material that they sell back to us. It's madness. I mean, how do we even sit around the table and think we're going to have economic growth when such basic things as beneficiations don't happen? What is stopping us from creating industries around these minings? What is stopping us from creating huge industries around the platinum belt, where that platinum that's used all over the world for all sorts of things can be turned into products that we, as South Africa, export and sell? So Marikana raises a big flag. A big flag. I know that Lomin, I think they've changed their name. Now they're calling themselves something else. We remember, we still see you. Until those graves are properly closed, and the politicians have failed to close those graves properly. The president was here visiting us. He still has not visited Marikana, president of this country. 7 years on, there are people around him who say, hey, president, don't go there, but they're going to boo you if you go to Marikana. They're going to chase you away. I know that Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, when she was president candidate, tried to go to Marikana. It was not even genuine. It was not even genuine. It was only to say, hey, by the way, I'm here. Ramaphosa can't come here. Because the ANC was supposed to strategize together to say, how do we take back the aura that says we are responsible for Marikana and we don't care. I saw a president 7 years on. It can't be right. The widows of that Marikana are still bleeding because of that. And we are failing to humble ourselves, to go down to them there and acknowledge the wrong. Even if they boo you, who are you not to be booed? This is democracy. Democracy, part of it is to be booed, so that you can know the pain of your people, so that you can know what to avoid next time. If you are not booed, how will you know? How will you know or not this is wrong? It's bad that 7 years on, the ANC government is still shy to face the people of Marikana. And the president is yet to go. I was not even ashamed to tell us at the funeral of Mama Winnie, no, Mama Winnie said he was going to take me there with Julius Malema. You are the president of a country, for heaven's sake. There should be no-go zones for you. But of course, it's all about people who are advising the president. They've told him, no, you don't need to go there. Let all these people who are making noise shout until they are blue in the face. You don't need to go there. But the mining industry, certainly in the spotlight, and one hopes that we can have those conversations with them about whether they have learned anything from the Marikana tragedy that should never, ever repeat. Let's take a break now.